When working in Word Online in Office 365, students have access to possibly the most powerful of Microsoft's learning tools, Immersive Reader. I have a document open here, and we are going to turn on Immersive Reader to view the different features that students have to personalize their reading experience. To access Immersive Reader, simply click on View in the menu bar and select Immersive Reader. The first thing you'll notice when Immersive Reader loads is that it actually reduces the visual crowding of text. Okay, that was a big way of saying that it takes out all of the distractions that are on the page that struggling readers, well, struggle with. So for instance, you'll notice that the different fonts that were used in the original document are gone. This is now all in one similar font. Same size, same color. There are no changes in font color. There are also no images. So images have been removed. This makes the reading, visually neater and easier for the students to access. Now, if I wanted this read out loud to me, I could simply click on a word and click play at the bottom of the screen.
At age 7, a nobleman's son began training for knighthood.
I could adjust the voice settings by clicking on the speaker with the gear here next to that plus button. Notice that I can slow down the speed of the voice or speed it up. And right now, I only have a choice between female or male, but Microsoft is working on building more voice selections. So I can make those changes and then I can try hitting play again.
Knighthood. Page. At age 7, a boy began his training.
Notice that as this text is read out loud to me, the individual words are isolated and highlighted for me. This is great for our struggling readers who are building their vocabulary. Now, as I mentioned, there are more ways for students to personalize their reading experience using Immersive Reader. For instance, I can come up here and click on the Text Preferences button. This opens up a menu of choices. I can increase or decrease the text size. I can either turn on the increase of spacing between the letters of each word, or I can turn that off. Let's turn that back on. Notice I can choose from 3 specific fonts. Now, Microsoft has identified these fonts as fonts that are typically easier for our struggling readers to view. Same thing with themes. Students can choose from a light theme to a dark theme, or even a sepia theme. There are also softer colors, which can make the text stand out more, which can help our struggling readers. And they can select more colors here at the bottom to view a variety of additional themes. I'm just going to select fewer colors, and I'm going to turn this back to light theme. Now, in addition to text preferences, I also have grammar options built into Immersive Reader. Notice that one of my first grammar options is syllables. If I turn this on, each of my words is broken down into syllables. Imagine how powerful this would be for students learning how to read, including our ELL students learning how to read in English. We can also identify specific parts of speech. Notice what happens when I turn on nouns and verbs. Nouns and verbs are color-coded. I can also choose to show labels. Now, not only are my nouns color-coded in purple, but you will see an N for noun above each of my nouns, just as you'll see a V above each of my verbs that are color-coded in an orangish red. Finally, we can also click on Reading Preferences. Reading Preferences allows us to turn on our line focus. So again, for our struggling readers who have difficulties following along, we can actually turn on line focus. And as this is read out loud,
Training. During this first step of training, boys were called pages.
not only are individual words highlighted, but individual lines are highlighted. Students can also manually scroll up or down using the arrows to the far right of their screen. For line focus, right now we've selected one line being highlighted, but notice you can also select 3 lines to have larger chunks of the text highlighted at a time. All right, our final option that we want to make sure is always turned on for students using Immersive Reader is the picture dictionary. Let me turn off line focus for a moment. Picture dictionary works by simply clicking on a word, and if there is a visual reference for that word, then you will see an image appear on the screen underneath the word that you've selected. You can also listen to that word being read out loud.
Boys.
By teaching students how to access and use the various features of Immersive Reader built into Word Online, you empower your students. You give them the opportunity to personalize their learning as well as to experience greater independence in the classroom.